That's what they practice on.
Yeah.
They're like, do you want to see something funny? You ever seen a 79-year-old man on LSD?
In a world, 4 friends, 1 mission, to bring freedom to everyone involved.
Dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Doing a thing for the podcast.
Dude, just say the name.
Fine. It's the Freedom Friends podcast.
That's a good stick that's in my hand. There's some nice cold frosty beers on the table. We are sitting in somewhat of a circle. Johnny boy, what are we about to do?
Fucking masturbating, boys.
That's right. It's time. It's a Freedom Friends Master Debate. Solving the world's problems that we probably made up. One weird topic at a time with 4 mediocre dicks. I'm Mikey. That's Scott. That's John and Jazz. We are the Freedom Friends. Brought to you by warfightertobacco.com. Use that code FTFO. Score yourself that sweet 15% off.
Wait a
Our
minute.
friends,
Am
owellness.us. Use that code FreedomFriends25. Use yourself a
John.
quarter off your order over there.
Your Jazz.
And of course, our good friends, Icy Tech Coolers, which you could definitely use on a hot day like today. Keeping these beverages frosty. Use that code FreedomFriends10. Get yourself 10% off over there.
We need Icy Tech to send us 4 coolers
Yeah.
that we can load the
That are
bottom with
shaped like
ice.
chairs.
And then we can all just sit in them and record the
Yes.
show.
Right. So fucking, let us sit in ice. God. Justin, what you got for us this week, pal?
All right, boys.
All right, boys.
So this one may be a hot take,
Ooh.
depending on which way you go.
Oh, it's a 10-second
I'm going to go with
debate.
yes.
Yeah. Here we go with another 10-second debate. What do
Fair
you got?
enough.
Kevin Bacon.
So
12.
I don't think he's spoken about this yet. So y'all seen those two soldiers that got captured in Ukraine?
No.
No.
So there were 2 soldiers that were over there fighting for the Ukraine. They were captured by the Russian military. Thrown on
U.S.
the-
soldiers.
U.S. soldiers,
That's
yes.
an important fact. there.
Yes.
Well,
2 U.S.
they
soldiers.
were
They were
U.S.
US
soldiers.
soldiers.
So these are veterans that went over there.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
That went over
42
there.
alphas over there doing the Lord's work.
Okay.
They were captured, but the Russians want to trade them for, I believe it was like their #1 arms dealer, for these 2 veterans. And I'm curious, should we be trading 2 soldiers that willingly decided to go fight for another country for someone as high level as a Russian arms dealer?
Are they uniformed service members?
Not currently.
Do they currently work in any sort of ambassadorial or governmental status?
No.
Then absolutely fucking not. You were a civilian that decided to go into an active war zone and got your ass caught.
Do they do? So they're over there as POWs then?
No.
They are being treated as prisoners as of right now.
Yeah. So they're as enemy
As Russian,
combatants.
yes, as enemy combatants.
As enemy combatants to Russia.
Yes.
Huh. I would say that what they did.
We didn't go
is
get Hopper. His girlfriend had to go get him.
They did a very similar. What they did is the same thing that the jihadis did during the insurgency in Iraq. You would see people from all over the world. You know, we'd have Chechen snipers and fucking Iranian fucking infantrymen and all the, and Afghani fucking whatever the fucks and Tajikistani fucking people over there fighting us, right? We treated them as prisoners of war when we caught them, right?
But do you think Russia follows the standards of the Geneva Convention?
Okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that
Here's-
has nothing to do
weirdly
with how
enough, they
Russia
do.
is
They do.
treating them.
Here's the argument.
How
though.
Russia is treating them has nothing to do with it.
But what you're
what we're
saying
talking
is
about.
that the U.S. and the U.S. was operating, and we operated with other countries,
No. I'm saying
Right.
the
And then-
enemies against us.
right? And we did. The thing is that this is a war that we have financially injected into, but
Yeah.
not actually sent logistical support.
Correct.
We are not, as a country, involved,
Correct.
which means that these guys went and are operating
On their own accord.
as international mercenaries.
I would like to know the background of these 2
we have
individuals.
zero. Well, it doesn't matter what their background is. The fact of the matter is they went and are fighting for a foreign force.
But it does.
That's an international mercenary.
It does matter, and I say that only because it provides value. It provides value. Like, are we talking about like, are these two special forces operators?
Doesn't matter if they're
According-
not active duty.
According to the article, they were both in the Marines.
Oh, it makes all the sense.
That's
So-
suddenly, yeah, this picture got a lot more clear. So I'm going to
So they
stick with
were
my answer.
special forces.
yeah.
The wrong kind of special.
That's short bus.
Does
forces.
it say what their MOS was?
It doesn't. It just says both of them were.
Does it have their names?
Yes.
Is there a way you can
I'm
find
sorry. Druick served in the U.S. Army, and Huynh Hun served in the Marines. So one soldier, one Marine.
Do you know, Mikey?
No.
Oh.
Do you know the other guy?
No idea.
No, but he's in the army.
But you know all the Marines.
Oh, do I? Except for the Marsoc guys.
Yeah, those guys.
Maybe that's
That
why I
dude
don't
might
know
have
him.
been
Maybe
Marsoc.
that's why I don't know him.
You know all 912 Marines, just not the 4 that are in Marsoc.
Fucking,
I love those dudes. When people hear like it'd be like going up to John and being like, "Where were you stationed?"
Yeah, Fort Campbell.
Right. It's like, oh, well, my uncle was stationed in Fort Campbell in 1988.
Yeah, I know all
do you know him?
68,000 people that are stationed there.
Yeah, no, but he was there in 88. You remember him, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, great dude.
It's like, motherfucker. Like, no, they're operating international mercenaries without an actual flag attached. We have no geopolitical responsibility to go save your ass
Yeah.
because you thought you could go be a social media hero.
I'll put it this much.
You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
I'm against going and getting that fucking WNBA chick who got caught fucking smuggling drugs into.
So I don't
There.
think she was smuggling drugs. I just think she had a vape pen on her. And they're like, yeah, see about that? We're in Russia now.
Yeah. Well, but somebody told her that before she brought it.
That she can't have it in Russia?
Yes.
Well, no fucking shit.
All right. You know what I mean? Like, I'm if I'm so inclined about like, no, you fucking reap what you sow with that one, then I'm gonna have to side with Jazz on this. You kind of reap what you sow with that one as well. Fair is fair.
You didn't get deployed there.
Yeah. You went
vol-
over there.
you-
You went over there to try to be fucking cool
So
guy.
it should be up to Ukraine to try to get him back.
When all of us were
See,
overseas.
I would agree with that. You went and you're fighting for the Ukraine.
Because
Cut the deal with the Ukraine.
Well, like
Yeah.
back to Mikey's analogy with like the foreign Chechens and shit that we were fighting,
Yeah.
right? Like Chechnya wasn't going to step up and be like, "We want our guy back."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
You know, because they were like, we didn't send him.
yeah.
when
They
all
went on their own.
When all of us were overseas, would there ever be a situation where you would let yourself be captured?
Bo Bergdahl.
No, you,
Me?
Mikey,
No.
Mikey Fahey.
Yeah,
No.
he's not saying.
No,
He's
I'm
not
not
saying in
saying-
the royal.
The only
you.
way-
He's
The
saying
royal we.
you. Would you let yourself be
I
captured?
think the only way that we would have allowed ourselves to be captured is if you were injured and they caught you that way.
But you
if I
still,
could not fight
Yeah.
back.
but you
Right.
still have like, there wasn't a single moment that any of us were without a firearm.
Correct.
True.
You also got captured by a military force that attacked an empty club and still couldn't breach the door.
It's a tough door.
It was a tough door.
That's what
Jazz.
you got captured. No, what are we going to get by getting these? You're like, their history, maybe their value. No, it doesn't. You're talking about the same military
What are
where a
these two
dude with a
individuals'
John
TikToks?
Deere stole a tank.
Because I bet you these two motherfuckers have TikToks.
I don't see anything about social media.
I bet you they have TikToks. I would bet folding money they got TikToks. And there's probably fucking TikToks uploaded to that motherfucker up until the day they got pinched.
Probably while they were like, oh,
What about
the
you,
Russians
John?
got us.
What about you, John? Would you trade for these guys?
Fuck no.
Yeah.
It's I don't.
That's also economy of scale. That's a horrible fucking trade. That's like, hey,
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I was
Well,
asking the
look
value of
what-
these two
hey,
individuals.
Scott,
Look what
you've
we
got
gave
that.
up for Bird-Doll. Or
Scott, you've got
what's
that.
his name?
You've got that super cool short barrel rifle that I really like.
Yeah.
It's, I've got this empty Pepsi can. You want to like make a trade?
Right.
Do you want to? I mean, like there's no. The economy of scale isn't fucking
Yeah, I
mapping
think-
out here.
Yeah, I think Russia's going to have to sweeten the deal a little bit for us to give up that other guy.
Like it just doesn't
You know
make
what I
any
mean?
fucking sense.
Yeah.
It's like I'll give you $1 for your truck.
Now, I still think that the U.S. should do what it can to get them back, but not do that kind of a trade.
Yeah.
But there, I mean, if you look in the history, minus the past fucking 20 years, you look at the history of the military and the trades that they made for American POWs.
Yeah.
I don't think they made that many.
There was a couple that were really bad. Who's the guy that Obama
The one out of Korea.
No.
Well, there was that
I
North
said-
Korean trade.
But I said outside the last 20 years,
Oh,
Yeah.
you mean like
previous to 2000.
mid 90s and back?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't. I mean, it had to be high value.
Yeah.
But
real
even
high value.
even when it was that like high value, like the trade was always in our favor.
100%. It
Yeah.
was like,
It was never like, oh, we'll give you 5 people for this shit bag that we don't even really fucking want.
Yeah.
But we're trying to make a political statement.
Yeah.
and it still comes back to the fact that these are not uniformed personnel.
Yeah.
They're not operating in any sort of ambassadorial status.
Yeah.
They don't work for the government. This isn't Benghazi.
If anything, they're fucking expats.
Hey, you went and fought for a foreign nation.
That's an expat. You're expatriated.
Like-
You're technically there is grounds to remove your citizenship for doing that, and become an expatriate. So that is, you're right. That there is a question there.
I don't know if
Legally speaking,
I don't know if it falls in that.
Oh, it does.
Sure it
It's
does.
like joining the French Foreign Legion. The
No,
U.S., if it went through the process, can actually revoke your citizenship because you were fighting for a foreign nation.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe.
I think the Legion gets a pass on that. But I think
We-
that's the only one.
We don't pursue it, but the grounds are still there for it. We just kind of
like
like
legally speaking, yeah. I think.
But if you
there
fight for a
there are
foreign
grounds
nation-
for it.
you can get your citizenship revoked.
Yeah. Because your oath is to support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America, not
They
I'm going
also
to support and defend Ukraine.
they also
Yeah.
ETS'd. So
True.
that's the big thing is we're not talking about like we sent this group of 5 dudes over there to go help out and 2 of them
Okay,
got
but-
captured.
But on the other hand, say there's a group of missionaries in another country that gets captured. We do what we can to get them back.
Yeah, but we send in a fucking hit team.
Yeah, we would send.
But I know, that's what I'm saying.
We
We-
send in DevGru or
Yeah,
CAG
we don't
to
do
get them,
we don't do
dude.
trades.
Which don't get me wrong.
We just
Yeah.
go schwack whatever
Keep fucking around, Russia.
jungle
We'll
fighter.
send in DevGru or CAG. And,
Maybe not for those dudes, but
but yeah, don't get me wrong. We're gonna get more than just those 2 if we do it.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't see us ever making a trade because somebody needed fucking TikTok clout.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
we
mean,
joked around about going to go steal a tank.
I believe that
we had our own motives though.
yeah. I
But
believe
that's also
that,
like if we got caught, I've been like, oh, fuck. Well,
I believe
Yeah.
that there should be they should be open to talks, but to meet their demands, I don't think it's equatable.
hey,
Yeah.
trade them for some fucking Russian mogul
How about
that's
this?
over here fucking
You give
selling
us those
used
2
cars and
fuckers
shit.
back. We'll give you all the fucking yachts that we seize that now taxpayer money is taken care of.
Yeah, we'll give you back a boat.
That's it.
Yeah.
So because it's costing us money to take care of those fucking multi-million-dollar, $100 million yachts.
Sure.
So here, you can have those back and give us those 2 fucking idiots.
Oh, I bet you we still have some Russian spies in jail. Be like, you give us back our 2 people and we'll let you have this fucking 80-year-old that we've had in jail since the 60s.
Yeah. I thought I thought we got rid of them all after the Cold War.
There's probably a couple.
I don't know,
that,
dude. We're
fell
still
through
got
the
a couple of those
cracks.
banging around
Yeah,
that we just
probably
still
hanging
like.
out.
Yeah, that's
Couple
what, they,
black hats in there hanging out.
that's what they practice on.
Yeah.
They're like, do you want to see something funny? You ever seen a 79-year-old man on LSD?
Yeah, he's
Watch him ride a bike.
half the country voted for him.
Yeah. Back in my day.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one.
Yeah, it's a tough one, Justin. But
I disagree.
I think we can do something. We're not giving up the fucking arms dealer, though,
We could schwack them both from a distance and be like, now you have no trade value.
right? And as far as the world knows, you did it.
Yeah. You're like, oh, you killed our people.
They're gonna be like, wait, what? Yeah, yeah.
See, that's the 30,000 foot view picture.
See, that's actually probably what's going
Yeah,
on.
I'm just
Like that's not out of the realm of
Yeah.
fucking
Why
possibility.
don't we make the trade, but like give the old arms dealer a cell phone bomb in the butt or something?
So they want an arms dealer, right?
Yeah,
Well, let's just give him Nicolas Cage.
No, that's a national treasure.
dude, he's trying to steal the
Oh,
fucking.
Mikey, you let me. Scott got it.
No, I got it.
Scott got it.
I was trying to make.
appreciate
I
you,
was trying
Scott.
to make a wordier joke about it. I was going towards Declaration of Independence, but yeah,
He's a national treasure.
yeah. Plus, dude, he'd be gone in like 60 seconds.
That's what I was hoping for.
But besides, you could interrogate him all day and he's never going to crack. The man is like a rock.
Right? Dude. What are they going to fly him over there with a bunch of cons? An airplane? Named Con Air? Something? You don't fuck with Brandon Poe, dude. Yeah. Now we're all just looking, like going through our Rolodex of Nick Cage jokes.
It's just too many. It's too fucking. It's
Dude.
just too many movies.
You seen the thing on Netflix about dirty words that he about
Oh,
cuss
it's
words?
The
that
great.
he
Hitch's
fucking-
cuss words.
that
It's
he's
so good.
Fucking good.
Yeah, and the
That
fact
man knows how to
he did
deliver
it,
a cuss word.
100%.
Yeah.
I like it. Just opens up and he's like, "Fuck, shit, cunt." So it's like, what the fuck is this? This
I'm
is
in.
amazing. Nick Cage just cussing at a camera for fucking 20 minutes. I'm into it.
That could have been the whole episode.
I'd have been
He
fine
could
with
have
that.
just been like cock juggling, titty sucking, two bald bitch. That'd have been like,
Speaking of
Nick
the cuss
Cage.
words, have you guys seen that the new social media one where it's just random cuss words and they play it and see people's reactions?
No,
Really? I appreciate that one. I'll find it. It's good.
I like that one sound on like TikTok or on social media. You see it on Reels all the time where it's like, "I do cuss a little." What's your favorite cuss word? Probably fuck. And it's like, Jesus fucking Christ. I hate all of you. I fucking hate people so much. Jazz and I had this conversation today. The world's too fucking people-y.
It really is.
yeah.
I was driving back because my new office is 410 and I-10.
Yeah.
So to drive here, I had to drive fucking literally on 10, 410, 35 to here, right?
All I know is that 1.5%
But I'm just
that
like,
it took out.
I'm like, this is
I want a
fucking-
higher grade plague.
Yeah.
I'm like,
you
this
know,
is,
like
it's too people-y. COVID
Right.
did not do its job.
if you're not a fan of Thanos, try driving in San Antonio.
Yeah.
And if you would, you'd
Try
snap,
driving
you'd
in
snap
any-
your fingers 3 or 4 times.
Try driving in any major metro.
Yeah.
And at that point, you're going to be like, fuck it, I'll snap. And I may be one of the 50%. Let's
Yeah.
fucking go.
Yeah,
Like,
I'll roll them dice. Red or black, bitch. Let's go.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have ever said this in my entire life up until this point, but I miss the lockdown
Yeah.
because there was nobody on the fucking roads.
Oh, traffic was amazing.
It was like
during
me and
lockdown.
like 3 cars, and
Yeah.
I knew them.
Yeah.
Like, hey guys, yeah, go to work again.
Yeah. Or it was us. It was us driving from the podcast. Right. Fuck. Yeah, it was great.
Was that a red F-250? That's John. Hey, John. What are you doing in Albuquerque?
I just kept going. Didn't hit a light, man.
I know,
Straight
it's
on
weird.
through. Wanted to see how long I could keep going.
Figured
Fuck
I'd just finish this podcast.
it. Yeah. Can't do that these days. Gas prices. Holy fuck.
Not in
I
this,
filled up
in this
today.
economy.
I filled up today and you.
It's like, Tracy, would you put that thing up that says like, we'll sell feet pics for gas? And I
Yeah.
was like, yeah,
Yeah.
actually, yeah, fucking.
Well, fucking. I filled up today and I got a car wash because there's sap all over my fucking truck. So, I had to clean that off. So that was a solid $87 and change.
Yeah, I'm down to a
Nice.
quarter of a tank. And I've been like watching the
I didn't
gas. And I'm
even
like,
think
oh,
that wouldn't even
it's,
get me a half tank.
it's down. Yeah, right. I'm like, but it's
My
down
truck
20
is
cents.
substantially smaller than yours, man.
The gas is down 20 cents. And I'm like, oh shit, I should fill up now.
Yeah, right.
So
It's down 20 cents.
Yeah, it's down to like $4.59 at the QT.
Oh, really?
I've been putting in like $50 at a time in hopes that like gas prices would go back down.
Yeah.
And then it just got to the point where I was like, you know what, fuck it. Like they have these limits at the pumps and they're like $100, $125. And so I would just fucking let it go until it cashed out. Because then it wouldn't fill my tank.
Yeah.
Well, then one day I found a gas station where I didn't notice. And so I just put it in, fucking lock the button, whatever, fucking clean my windshield, just fucking around doing whatever. And just
I know that gas station.
$1,200
And then
later.
it was like chink. And I'm like, ah, sweet. And I went and looked. I was like, oh, fuck.
There was no
It was
limit.
like $190.
No
I'm like,
limit
God
on it.
damn
You're like,
it.
son of a bitch.
That's why you can't fill up at a truck station.
Yeah.
Like, it just,
No, it's just a random gas station. It wasn't even like a,
They
like
just-
a highway
They
one.
just pulled the governor off.
They did. Like,
yeah, that gas station was smart. They were like pre-approved for 200. Fucking get them all.
Yep. Let them come in.
Anything that's diesel, they should allow it to go to 200.
They should. And they should put those fast pumps in, not the fucking slow bitch ass pumps.
I keep
yeah.
I keep wanting to make the fucking TikTok where it's like that chick that's like, show me you're independently wealthy without telling me. Where it's just me going, locking it and walking away.
That's it.
Just being like, bitch.
Yep. It was when I said, I just want to be wealthy enough where I can pump gas and stare off into nowhere.
No. No. It's the beauty of having a small truck. I can do that. It makes me feel
Yeah.
like a rock star. Even though I am not. Yeah. Y'all over here in your fucking 150, 250, and 450. Y'all are fucked.
I think you actually just named our gas prices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
Pretty much. That's how much it costs to fucking fill your shit.
You want to know the cost of your truck? What's the number on the side?
Yeah.
It's roughly that much.
That's how much it costs to fill it up.
God, dude, what's diesel sitting at? $6?
I haven't looked.
No.
No.
Pretty sure it's spleen.
In,
pretty sure it's the-
in Massachusetts, it's $6 a gallon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For diesel.
Yep.
Driving around during lunch today, I saw it at 505
Yeah.
or 504, one of
Yeah.
the two.
Is it bad that I'm like happy it's 505?
Why?
Because it was more.
Remember we talked
Because
about
it was almost 7 for a while.
Remember we had the debate: are things going to go back to normal? It's bad when like $5 for a gallon of gas is almost like, oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, it is.
when normal was like 2 years ago,
It was
gallon of diesel-
$1.89?
Yep, and it's just fuck.
I'm just going to throw it this way. If you're the president of the United States and you want to call me any racist, vulgar word ever on Twitter, but my gas is $1.50.
Yep.
You're more than
You
welcome.
fucking
Yeah, my
rock
gas
it out.
prices.
You're more than
You
welcome.
call me honky, Mick,
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
whitey.
My gas
I
I don't
prices-
fuck-
don't give a shit.
My gas
Yep.
prices are looking like they need a mean tweet right about now.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah, my bank account outweighs my emotions.
Yeah.
100%.
Like
Yeah, I can be bought.
Oh,
100%.
it's not even that can be bought. It's not even that can be bought. Like if I'm going to save money, it's probably not going to offend me.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
That's just a definition of being bought, dude.
yeah.
No.
Like let's
I too am morally
Wait,
flexible,
are you
John.
gonna
Just-
call me fucked up things, but I'm gonna profit? Yes.
Mhm.
All right.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's the definition
It's like
of being
getting paid
bought.
to go to a roast. Fucking I.
Okay.
It's probably like a
Fuck it.
stripper's motto, is what we're talking
Right.
about.
Are you gonna degrade me for profit?
I'll wink my butthole right now for $1.89 a gallon.
They get pissed when you pull out the 89.
Whatever.
They like even dollars.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
The problem is,
They
is
like
that
to
we're.
fold their money.
Are you guys familiar with the concept of sticky economics?
Sticky economics?
Yeah.
I've heard it.
So sticky economics refers to the fact that prices will get to a point and they'll stick there. So you can see it in some cases where things get cheaper and they'll get to a certain price and then they'll stay there. They
Right.
won't ever go any lower than that. The problem is that they can unstick and raise. And in all economies, this isn't just American, all economies, anytime that you can get and people will adjust to a higher stuck economy value, so a higher stuck price,
Yeah.
and people will continue to pay it, it will stay there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Like
Well, it's supply
like-
and demand.
Yeah.
it's not supply and demand.
Well,
It's
kind of.
it's so like
it's
eggs,
demand and profit.
right? It's not supply and demand.
Yeah, but if the demand is still there, yeah,
so
they're not going
like
to go below.
eggs right now have doubled in price
Yeah.
for a dozen eggs. It's doubled in price. If gas goes back to $1.89, eggs aren't coming down.
Right.
They're going to stay right
Yeah.
where the fuck they
Because
are
people are buying them still.
because people are still buying
and
it.
not only that, but like if they lower the price right away, but the way that if you're an egg producer, you're probably looking at it like, well, now I have a year and a half worth of
Recoup that I have to do.
recoup, so
But-
I'm going to keep the prices.
But now it stays another
Yeah.
18 months to recoup and everybody's still paying double the
Yeah.
price on eggs. Why as an egg producer or a grocery store would you go, you know what, we really should bring this price back down because our costs have come down.
Yeah.
Nobody does that.
No.
Everybody's just going to leave their prices.
So do you?
So that's
Go
why this 8% published inflation is fucking horseshit.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's not 8%.
And all it's doing is just slowly but surely devaluing the dollar every fucking
so
day.
we're seeing it.
Yeah.
We're already seeing it. So we're getting ready to publish.
I'm tired of these lies. We're helping people.
Yeah.
We're saving lives.
Yeah.
Right?
This reckless spending. What are
we're
you talking
we're
about?
building back better inflation.
Yeah.
So, but now we're about to publish our second quarter because it's going to come out. It's going to publish that the valuation of the dollar has gone down for 2 quarters in a row, which is literally the definition of a recession.
Yep.
It's 2 quarters in a row of loss, definition of recession, which is going to raise interest prices and the housing market will tank. So all of this $100,000 cash over value, that's all going to tank.
Smiles
that
and
bought-
1.8% fixed.
Yeah. And you bought 10 years ago, right? So even though you
Yeah.
refied while it was fixed, and that's great, you still bought 10 years ago. So
Sure.
you were equity bound, which means that you could.
Yeah.
But like my wife and I that were looking at houses,
Oh, don't
and
you
literally
dare.
the market was so fucked that we just went, yeah, no, fuck it. We found a house that
Yeah.
we're good with. We'll just, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
We're taking this house.
Like I've been looking at land right now.
Don't
But-
do it.
Wishful fucking thinking.
Everything is showing that in
Yeah.
the next 3 to 4 months, we are going to see a massive declination in housing value.
Yep.
Interest rates will go up. And everybody's like, yeah, but the interest rates were so low. And I'm like, okay. But if you're doing 2.5% on $100,000 over value, because now you're not going to be able to comp, and now you want to sell that house, your interest rate will never catch up to that over amount that you spent on the fucking house.
Yep.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter that it's higher.
Yep.
But now you're going to show a loss. We saw it in 07 and 08 when the bubble popped and people were having to sell houses because they had to move for work or they had to
So,
whatever. And
but-
they were taking $150,000 losses on their property.
Those cunts, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac.
So like, you know, like if you're thinking about like, okay, when the housing crashes, maybe that's a good time to buy. The problem is people aren't going to be able to sell it because they're going to be so upside down.
it
They'll
won't
do
be
that.
whether or not they can sell it.
They'll have to
What
do
it's
what's called
gonna
a
be, it's-
short sale.
Yeah, but if they do a short sale,
But it won't be that. What
You
what
can
you're going to
do it.
have is you're going to have bank held houses
yeah.
because with
You won't be
this
able to do
with
it.
this level of inflation,
The
What
and
are,
the-
what are all the bartenders who don't bartend anymore that are now fucking real estate agents going to do?
they're fucked.
Time to be a stripper.
And so it's we're going to see it yet again, and we're going to go right back to record unemployment rates and all of that stuff because these companies aren't going to be able to survive. These people that were making the COVID testing market, these companies that stood up and made all this money off COVID testing, and now nobody's doing it anymore.
Yeah, but everybody had to know that that was temporary.
Sure. And so they made all this liquid, and now the liquid's not there, and the market's too saturated for them to have reinvested that liquid.
Yep.
And the liquid's not making any more money.
Yeah.
What are you going to do now? And now you have no service to be able to provide, and you're right back to barely being able to provide service for anything that actually is necessary
Are you hoping
for an
or-
economic crash.
No, or pitching that we should have another COVID fucking thing?
I am
Is it new variant day already? It's not even my birthday.
no. I don't want to see a new variant
Haven't
or a
even
new
taken down my Ukraine decorations.
or a new virus.
They were trying
But-
with monkeypox, but then the fucking
Nobody gives a fuck.
Well, no. then
Everybody
the-
was like, go fuck
then the
yourself. You're not doing this
culture,
again.
woke culture got a hold of it, and they were like, no, that's racist. You got to change the name, and then nobody cared anymore.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why do you have to change the name? Like they do understand that a monkey
There
is
are
an
monkeys.
animal.
Yeah.
Right.
That
It's
isn't-
racist.
It's called a monkey.
Mikey, it's fucking racist.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kira.
I just want to know.
Hey, your dog is black.
No, she jumped when
That's
I hit the
racist.
thing.
You have a black dog. That's racist.
Yeah, it's my big booty black girl.
She's a good girl.
Oh, she's such a good girl.
She's such a girl.
But yeah, I mean, it's and now with the advent of gig economy and all the stuff that's coming along, we're about to see a huge economic shift. And to be honest with you, the ones that are going to survive, the businesses that will survive, will be luxury industry. Anything that can provide an escape.
So, what do you guys think about that country that invested, I don't know, $100-something million in Bitcoin?
And then watched it tank by 42%.
Yep. And they're still like, no, it was a good thing.
Yeah, it went
They're
from
still trying to-
55,000 a
who did
share to
that?
36,000 a share.
It was
Fucking Albania or
no,
something.
it
weird.
was somewhere in Central America, South America.
Yeah.
Fuck, I can't think of it right now. But they put in like 100-something
But
million.
Venezuela, they got
No,
great
no, no,
economics
no.
down there.
That's like the guys that I.
Central African Republic becomes second country to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender.
No,
Well, no, they
no,
adopted.
no.
There was a country that literally took like 10% of their gross national product and invested it in Bitcoin, which
That's
means they
just-
literally lost half their gross national
That's
product.
fucking stupid.
That's
El
a,
Salvador. El Salvador.
Yeah.
That actually makes.
horrible.
I've
Yep.
been to El Sal, and that actually makes total sense.
Really?
That sounds like something they would do. Do you know why?
Why?
Do you know what the number one economic producer is in El Salvador? Drug smuggling via MS-13.
Oh, I
That is
believe
their
that.
number one economic driver.
No, I was going to say MS-13 is their
Was
fucking-
birthed there?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a Salvadorian
Oh
gang.
God, it's so bad right now.
They bought
What's Bitcoin at right
they
now?
bought
20,400.
No.
They bought
20,000.
225 million at
it's gone up.
46,776.
So they lost more than half their money.
What scale is that?
So
There's
yeah.
a week.
So
Give me the month.
in other words, it's fucking hot. So I'm just gonna say this. No, we shouldn't trade for these fucking people. And
Lola,
It
chill
went
out.
down 10,000 in a month.
we
God
shouldn't
damn.
trade for these fucking people. And if you think that any of this get rich quick shit that TikTok's been telling you to do, like NFTs and Bitcoin, you're a fucking idiot.
Ouch, buddy. Ouch.
Do I double down and buy more? That's the question.
Bitcoin?
Yeah.
No. Because
No.
people are actually figuring out that the blockchain is completely false.
Here's the thing I
The
never
tech is super cool as far as trading is concerned, bank to bank.
the thing I never understood with the Bitcoin is you invest $100 in Bitcoin. In order to double your money, like right now, Bitcoin's at 20 grand.
It would have to go to 40 grand.
It would have to go to 40 grand.
But it was at 65.
Yeah, but I think crypto came and went.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Bitcoin also like 10 years ago was like hundreds of dollars. You know,
But so I think in my
Look,
opinion,
is it going to stay around? Yes. Is it ever going to see those heights again? No.
in my opinion, cryptocurrency was essentially insider trading for people that were fucking loaded.
yeah.
If they could invest, tens of millions of dollars into
Sure.
a coin,
Look, I made a little bit off of it. I capitalized on it. I made a little bit. I didn't get rich, but
What's
So,
what's Doge at?
I'm
had-
still waiting for Dogecoin to hit $1.
What's Doge at right now?
I had invested $500 and right now I have 150 of that 500 left.
I mean, Doge is at 5 cents, man.
oh my God. Or was it? I should have sold at 30.
Yeah. No, not 5 cents. It was 0.00005.
No. That's not Doge,
Oh, that's
Shiba.
Shiba.
Yeah.
which I think is just gone. Like, I think he's just disappeared.
I remember last August, Dogecoin was at 29.33.
Yeah. I should have sold at 30 because I bought it at 4.
And
I'm
now,
into it at 3.
I had it.
now it's at 5.
I had it set to sell at 30 and it only hit 29 something.
All I know is the fuckers over at Black Rifle need to fucking
Right?
create a course correction.
I keep
So-
doubling down every time it gets
I keep
low.
buying.
Well,
I
but
keep
it's,
buying
it's,
today,
it's $8 minimum. It's $8
It's
flat
been
right
so
now.
I've
$8.
lost money on them now.
It's been $8 flat all day today.
Well, that's because it's not trading today.
It's federal holiday. It's Juneteenth.
Juneteenth, man. Because
Yeah.
we made a federal holiday for like all 12 slaves
Yeah.
that were left that didn't know. That's true, by the way. There was like one plantation. They forgot to tell them. They didn't forget. They were pieces of shit. That's what it was. But they were pieces of shit and didn't tell them, they're, by the way, you're free. And by
I
the time they
appreciate
told
that we
them, they
made a
were like,
holiday for the day that Abraham Lincoln assassinated Hitler.
yeah, totally.
It's a good day. you know?
I'm just amazed that the Juneteenth sales haven't hit yet. It's been a whole year since it became a holiday.
Are we gonna? Never mind.
Don't worry. The mattress people will get on that soon, I'm sure.
Scott, I know exactly what you're
The
about
clothing
to say.
store, the clothing store across from me closed for today.
All the Maduros
It's very,
are on sale.
it's very woke. Oh, what is wrong with you?
Wow.
What year is it, Scott?
What, should I give them away?
It's
I don't know.
2022, not fucking 1902. God damn.
Just trying to get in the holiday spirit. They're having a sale. I don't know how to do it.
This no.
You're not helping. I heard your 660 joke.
I have even more, but I've been keeping my mouth shut.
Yeah, because there's a microphone in your face, and you should.
Hey, you know what? At
I'm
least
with Jazz on this.
he's not talking shit to women.
Oh, speaking of women, in 40s, men were superior to women, but in 2022, men are superior women. Let that sink in.
Well, that's why we keep winning Women of the Year and shit.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, women, stick up for yourselves.
So, have you guys heard about the documentary that Matt Walsh did for the Daily Wire called "What Is a Woman"?
I have.
You heard of this?
I've seen clips of it.
I've seen clips, and some of the clips I've seen are concerning.
The problem I have is the way he's actually phrasing his questions.
He's not being a dick, though.
He kind of is. He's very softly phrasing the questions, but they're loaded questions.
Well, of course they're
Well,
loaded
of course,
questions,
yeah.
but they're important questions.
It just,
What are some of the questions?
What is a woman?
How's that a loaded question?
It's not.
No, but it is. But it is. That's the problem.
But it is.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
yeah.
fundamentally, that question's not loaded.
But the thing is, you have to look at the source because it's being done by the Daily Wire,
Sure.
which is literally a clickbait, quote unquote, news agency.
Sure.
And that's the entire function that they have. Now, the fact of the matter is that you can shoot a 4K level documentary with your fucking cell phone.
Yeah.
So it's not like you really need a lot of
So-
skill to pull one of these off.
But back to that question that was asked of a now Supreme Court justice, and
Who said
and
she's
she-
not a biologist.
I don't do biology.
Yeah.
How would I know what a woman is?
And honestly, that's part of what sparked part of this. And he's asking, like, he goes to like the fucking professionals, right? He's like, excuse
I'm
me,
just going to say,
gender studies professor.
The fact that
you
there
know?
has to be a
All I'm gonna
professional
say
to know
is
what a woman is
just be
sad.
really careful.
I am. But it is concerning some of the questions, some of the answers that I heard.
Some of those
From it.
questions are concerning. And the reason that things like that actually concern me is, what the fuck is he helping?
Yeah, but
I don't think he's there to, I don't think he's trying to help anything, man. I think he's just trying to prove a point.
He's not trying to prove a
He's
point.
trying
He's
to-
trying to
he's
just
trying-
drive views because he'll get Netflix will pay
Okay.
him more if he drives views.
Do you-
It's a profit-driven piece.
but do you
So
not?
I
Absolutely.
refuse to actually call it a documentary
But do
because
you-
it's not a documentary.
Okay.
It's an editorial, but it's not a fucking documentary. Documentary should function for an educational purpose, and this isn't. This
Okay.
is a one-sided editorial. It's not a documentary. And the fact that it's being flogged like he's going to educate the fucking public, it's not, because he's setting it up. He picked a very specific subset to ask those questions to.
What he's doing, though, is
knowing
he's-
that he would hold
he's
that he would
highlighting-
hold the superiority over
But
it.
he's highlighting
Yeah, that-
the absurdity.
Yeah, it is absurd.
That's what it is. That's all he's doing is
But
he's
I can make
highlighting
the same
absurdity.
argument that his argument is absurd.
How?
Because where is his subject matter expertise on being able to
yeah,
define
but
it?
do you not have an opinion on what a woman is?
yeah.
Sure, I
do
do,
you-
but I'm not out there trying to tell other people that I absolutely am the authority
Yeah,
on it.
that's true.
Well,
But do you
either
need,
is he, though.
do you need to be a subject matter
I'm not
expert?
making a 2-hour fucking movie trying to say that I'm the fucking expert. If
All
you
he's-
put that level of media out,
All I
you
think
are
he's
trying
doing-
to define that you're the expert on the
All
subject.
I think he's doing is that he's pointing out the hypocrisy and the fucking absurdity of the woke culture.
and
That's all he's
continuing
doing.
to try and figure
You know-
out how to drive wedges between population in the
I
United States.
see where you're
Yeah,
coming
maybe.
from,
I'm
and
gonna
I
play-
don't disagree here.
So that's my point.
I'm
Is
gonna
we
play-
already have
but
an
it's-
incredibly
but it's-
fractured
but it's
population,
still a
and he's making it
conversation.
worse.
But it's a conversation that that the general public is being forced into buying into.
Nobody's forcing you to do shit.
Bullshit. That's
If
not
this-
true at all.
Why
That's
would
not
I-
true at all.
why-
We are being forced
why-
into it. 100%.
My lifestyle has changed not at all.
No, I agree. But up until I was 35, would I have ever had this conversation and had a debate like this, a heated, not heated, but a spirited debate, right? Of what the fuck a woman is.
Right?
Because from the time I was fucking 2,
But
there was no question in my
here's
mind.
the larger
until
question.
The society has
So then-
rammed this shit down my throat.
What's-
And you know what? Honestly, now I'm guilty of it because I'm participating in the conversation. Feeding guys like him is what
yeah.
continues that question to
What-
be around.
what's
And
his
it's
name?
like,
But it is a good question.
who fucking cares?
I do. I'm interested.
Why?
I'm interested because if I have to adhere to a certain vernacular and new fucking
No, you don't.
new way of doing things.
No, you don't.
Well, that's probably true too.
Through societal pressures.
You don't.
Yeah, I know. I don't have to, but I do if I want to continue to function in a certain society.
But it's such a small fucking percentage
I
that we
know.
decided just to focus on and just give all of our
Yeah,
attention to it.
I
It's
don't
like,
disagree.
we're going to ignore 99% of all occasions so that we can hyper focus on this 1%.
Yeah.
And it's like, now you've made this 1% fucking huge. But
Yeah.
if you took a test and you made one question wrong, but 99% of them correct, are you going to do nothing but hyper focus on that one wrong question?
the
Or are
reason
you going to say that you took the A and fucking walk away?
the reason is because it's coming from the top down, not the bottom
Yeah,
up.
that's the problem.
Right? It's not society as a whole being like, hey, you need to pay attention to this and this matters.
But you're
It is-
allowing society to get you to focus on this one glass instead of the entire fucking collection of dishware because this one glass has a fucking crack
No,
in it.
it's,
and
no,
it's like-
it's not. It's the government pushing down new laws and regulations, being like, you have to abide by this now.
Then,
And it's like, fuck
Yeah.
off.
then
I don't want to.
you as a population can go change your fucking government. You don't need to worry about some fucking
Well,
swimmer that has
it-
zero
so-
impact
but
on
How
your
do
life.
you do that?
No, no,
How
no,
do you do that
guys,
as a population?
You don't
So
worry
I-
about swimmers. You worry about the fucking politicians.
I think
Maybe,
But
but,
that-
you still
but-
have to fucking have the conversation.
no, I don't.
No,
I
you
can
have-
focus on the fact that
But
your
you have to
leadership is
define it.
fucked.
guys, look, the conversation we just had and the conclusion we came to is that it's the fucking politicians' fault. Is the reason
Well, it always is.
is the reason we have to have the conversation. It's not the swimmer.
But
It's
have
not,
you need to have the conversation about the cause and not the event. This is like saying
that's fine.
This is like saying
But how are we not doing
So-
that right now?
you were focused on the Mako paint job and not the fact that the car is a piece of shit. And they're distracting you with the Mako paint job.
Do you think the dude doing the documentary, like, genuinely gives a fuck, or
No.
is he just like, you know what?
No, he doesn't
I'm
care at
getting
all.
paid.
Yeah.
No, and that's true.
Absolutely.
Because-
Because his entire quote unquote news source
Yeah.
doesn't give a fuck about it. If that dude thought he could make just as much arguing for the other side,
I agree with
he
you.
would.
Because I agree with you. It is an editorial piece. It's not a fucking.
It's not a
Documentary.
documentary.
In that guy's
That I
defense,
can understand.
he might not be a subject matter expert, but I guarantee you, if you put 50 people butt ass naked in a room, he can tell you who's male and female.
Yeah. Well, so and
Just saying. I'm just saying. You
his-
don't really have to be a subject matter expert to be like, that's a chick, that's a dude.
his,
You
his
have-
argument
you have-
is
you
though,
have to be about two.
His
That's a dude
argument.
with tits.
His argument is that now obviously he's an extreme right wing guy, and he believes that biological sex.
That's the thing is,
Uh,
I don't believe that any of those motherfuckers are actually as right wing as they say they are.
Yeah, maybe not really, but
I think you're buying the fucking show.
but
But
they,
how
they
are-
represent.
How are you not a normal
They
They
person?
don't represent me.
How are you
You're
not,
also not a supremely right guy.
how are you not just a normal person and not upset by what you're surrounded by
Because
daily?
in
with
the
this?
almost 40 years I've spent on this world, I've met a lot of weird motherfuckers. And do you know what I care about the weird motherfuckers? Fuck, not at all.
yeah.
And the fact that that we just have a lot more media, and so the crazy small percentage of weird motherfuckers just get more screen time doesn't actually change my fucking life.
yeah.
We've
No, it doesn't
always
change your
had
life.
weird motherfuckers. It's just you get to find out about weird motherfuckers in Wisconsin now because it's instantly on the fucking internet.
Yeah.
Those weird motherfuckers were still there. People were Buffalo Billin' way the fuck before they were swimming in pools, and there's still going to be a Buffalo Bill 50 years from now if the Daily Wire gets their way and nobody gets to define anything, and we go full THX 1137, and everybody's got an ear tag and has to take a pill to suppress their fucking emotions. You're still going to have a weird motherfucker that doesn't take his pills and goes and does his own thing, and he's going to be the weird outsider in fucking society because they didn't fall into the fucking definition.
No vax.
Weird people are going to be weird fucking people. You just know more about them now. We've always had weird motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. All right, and
It's
and
just
again,
now
it's
we're
the,
so
it's the
focused
loud
on these
5%.
crazy small percentage of weird motherfuckers. And it's like, what does their weirdness have to do with you? Why the fuck do you care?
I don't.
Now, do I agree that they shouldn't be highlighted? Fucking absolutely. But the fact that I'm spending any of my time instead of fucking drinking booze and smoking cigars, I'm worried about some weird son of a bitch that has zero impact on my fucking life is retarded. I am far more interested in the fact that I could go steal your pool for the day than I am some motherfucker that's swimming in a pool I will never get in.
I love the fact that we have this full blown argument / conversation, and we have not one of us have disagreed on a point.
No, we all agree.
I agree with
I just-
everything you've said.
I just think we're trying to get to a different
yeah,
point,
yeah.
man. Like, and don't get me wrong, I agree with everything you're saying. I don't give a shit about any of it. All
Don't
right,
fucking be weird. I don't care.
fucking care if
What
they're
it
weird.
really comes down to is
I don't
if you
care
want,
what people like. I don't care what people do. I don't care what they do with themselves and their own private fucking lives. I don't like it jammed down my fucking throat. That's the biggest thing. And I don't want to have to change myself or my way of thinking
I
because
care.
of my own
So don't.
personal values.
But I do care when it.
So don't.
I do care when that small percent of weird people affects normal people that are just trying to be like the swimmer. It's the easiest fucking analogy. So I'm
it's
gonna
just
keep
because it's the
going
most
back.
recent.
Right. But it affects all the other women swimmers.
Except for, yes, he won that one race, and then you actually go look at it, and he got his ass handed
It's more
to
than
him
one
Sure.
race.
all the fucking time.
But-
Like,
But he's not very good.
But that's the reason I care is because that affects just innocent, normal people that have to be around the weird.
and sure.
If you want to be weird, go be weird.
But you know what happens? If that weird person comes into your community and then you don't do anything about that community and I'm not part of the fucking community, then I don't care.
Yeah, I get
If
that.
all those female swimmers that came out and said they were totally cool with him fucking swimming, that's
Yeah.
on that fucking community.
which
like,
is
they're
which
down
is
for
why
it, right?
I poke my finger at that community a lot, Jess.
So it's just like, but they
That's
have no
true, he hates
fucking
women.
impact on me.
But I don't think they
I
came
had
out
a
and said they
dude-
were cool with it.
So let's
said
take it
they
back
were
to
There's a
something.
couple that weren't.
Let's take it back to something we've all fucking talked about, right? Open carry in public.
Yeah.
I think we all pretty much agree that open carrying in
Not a
public
fan.
is fucking idiotic.
Not a fan. Yeah.
I'm all about you having your weapon, but open carry is fucking dumb.
Yeah.
It's just dumb.
Okay.
I had a guy in my store today that walked in with a pistol on his hip. And I said, you can't have that in here. And he was like, well, it's my right. And I was like, it absolutely is your right to carry that in public space. You're not in a public space. You're in a private space. I also serve alcohol. And by federal law, you cannot have an unlicensed firearm on my property because I serve booze.
Yeah.
And if you're open carrying it, you don't have a concealed handgun license. So, and on top of that, it's my place of business. And I don't want you open carrying in my place of business.
Yeah.
Now, I have a firearm in my place of business.
Sure.
I have no problem with people having firearms. You will not open carry in my store because it's fucking idiotic.
Okay.
I removed him from my community.
Okay. Check it out.
It's that fucking simple.
Yeah.
Now, let's say, for the sake of argument, same scenario, except a law comes down that says you're not allowed to remove him, and you have to you have to let him do that.
Yeah.
You have to. You have to. And if you don't, we're gonna fucking take your store. We're gonna take all your money. We're gonna garnish you. We're gonna ruin your fucking career. We're gonna ruin everything. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this because you didn't fucking adhere to that small percentage that wanted to carry in your store.
Okay. Give me a real life example of that happening and not a what
I
if.
got you.
This is
I got
why
you.
this,
I got
this
you.
is why
I
I'm
got
saying
you.
this
Give it
is
to me.
an analogy.
The people who had the cake store that wouldn't make a wedding cake for the gay couple.
And
Yeah.
they got a civil lawsuit laid against them. Not a law
that went all the
passed
way
for-
up, buddy.
But it didn't make it past the civil
But it
lawsuit.
still had to go all the way up.
And I would happily pay my attorney to
Yeah.
go fight for my right to have my private business.
I
Just
agree.
like that person that said that they had a right to do it could get their attorney. And I'll fucking win, just like that bakery did.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, let's
But
say
that has nothing
they
to
come
do-
down with a law that says
And
you
I'll worry.
have to.
I'm not worried about what ifs. I'm worried about what the fuck I actually have to deal with.
But that's
because I can what
literally
if
what's
anything.
happening now, man.
It is literally
It's
what's
on
happening.
that slippery slope where like it's gonna be where like if I don't fucking let's say John changed his fucking pronouns, it's coming down to it.
Yeah,
If we
it's
keep letting it
fucking
go
off.
the way of the dodo, it's coming down to the point where it's like oh I misgendered him and now I got to go to jail or some shit.
That's why I call everybody in my store fucker.
That's fucking I'm here for it. You know what I'm saying? But that's why it piques my interest. Is because it does affect
Because
me.
a what if they might, we could.
Look at the way it's going, man. I'm just looking at the trends, you know, and that's why it piqued my interest. That's why I'm like,
Then bring the actual subject matter experts. Don't go interview a fucking podcaster. I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
Well, yeah, that's
So
what
It's like anybody coming to us
here's-
for subject
but that's-
matter
that's what he
expertise.
did.
Would anybody take that seriously?
No, so
no,
here-
but
here's-
that's what he did, man.
here's
He
the-
went to fucking like, you know,
Here's a real life thing.
people in the field that
Yes,
are supposed
he went
to
to
be.
a gender studies professor at a community college in California.
Well, I don't know. I don't know exactly where he went. I haven't watched the fucking whole show.
So, okay, so here's a
I'm not
legit
paying
one.
for the fucking thing.
What if somebody who decides they wanted to change their whatever gender, but didn't actually like get surgery or anything like that? And
The question comes down to is, do you give a fuck?
no, but they decide that they want to go use the restroom that they appropriately dressed for, not the one that they're supposed to use, based on their actual orientation, like
Their orientation or their parts?
their parts.
Based on their parts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So he's supposed to stand up, but now he's going to go sit down. So he walks in there, and your fucking 11-year-old daughter's in there.
Okay. Well, this is
And-
the argument they had with the whole bathroom bill.
No,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm saying. But there's places in this country where it's perfectly legal.
So here you go.
So
Texas, the free state, has had a law on the books. You can check it or whatever. In a communal bathroom situation, in a work environment or public, you are allowed to use whatever bathroom you want to as long as that's the only bathroom you ever use. And it's been there for way longer than this whole trans whatever the fuck we want to call it. And whatever. If you're a fucking dude that's a chick or a chick that was a dude or a bird that was a bee, or I personally don't give a fuck. I'm not trying to sleep with any of you.
Yeah, me neither.
The
Don't
fact
give a
that
shit.
you are so obsessed with your sex life actually tells me that you're not getting laid. So go do whatever the fuck you want to. But that's the way the law actually works. And I know that because when I was 18 years old, I worked for West, which is a call center. And so it was one of those big call centers back in the day when you could still order things out of a catalog.
Yeah.
You'd call this call center.
Like Finger Hut?
Like Finger Hut, KB Toys,
Yeah.
American Girl, the doll company and all that shit.
Yeah.
You used to call a phone number and you'd order fucking items out of it.
You
When
buy it COD too.
when I was 18 years old, I worked in one of those call centers.
Yeah.
And we had, I guess now would be called a transsexual or whatever. Back then, we called them cross-dressers that worked there. And the law stated that they could use whatever fucking bathroom they wanted to. But the first bathroom they walked into as an employee was the only bathroom that they could use.
Yeah.
And if they ever used the other one, then they were crossing into property that they were not allowed to be in because of the gender separation.
That's
And that's in
interesting.
fucking Texas. So it's been around. It's like I said, the weird people have fucking been here. You just hear more about it now. So no, it's not new. It's not trending. It's fucking been here. You
Sure.
just know about more now.
Sure, the trans community has been around for since like the Roman times.
So,
You know what I mean?
and that's back when it was totally cool just to fuck your buddy because that was the one that was in the field with you.
Yeah,
So,
well, Spartan, but yeah.
and I'm curious, that was 02. So in 02, were you sitting here worried about who they were going to force pronouns on you for?
No.
Because you've had the same fucking situations running around. You just know more about
Yeah,
it now.
but I wasn't getting canceled if I fucking
Who's canceling you?
misgendered someone. Well,
Who's canceling
no
you?
one. We've talked about this. Nobody. You have to give a shit to get canceled. But I'm saying that there is canceling. The cancel culture is out there. Yes.
The cancel culture is out there if you were going out of your way to be a dick to another person anyway.
That's just it. The cancel culture is out there, whether you're fucking not trying to be a dick or not. Like you could accidentally fucking misgender someone these days.
My big question
and now
is,
it ruins your fucking life.
Who the fuck are you that you get to decide what anybody else wants to do when you're railing against, you can't do that because it might impact what I get to do. So I'm going to tell you what you get to do because you can't tell me what I get to do.
So
It's literally a hypocritical argument.
I don't care what people do. Just don't tell me that I have to be okay with it.
Yeah, that's just it. Is that it's not. I'm fine with them doing whatever the fuck they want to do.
It's not even a matter of being
When it
okay
affects
with it.
me,
Yeah.
I have an issue. I take issue with it affecting
so
me.
all you have to do is, I don't care.
Yeah. Well, I don't care. But it still doesn't
But
answer
we just
the
had
question.
a 45-minute argument about the fact that we all apparently fucking care.
That's just it. We all just said, we sat here debating something that we all agree on. I don't know why you're arguing with me when I'm telling you everything you've said the last 20 minutes have been like, yep, I agree with that. Yep, I'm with you on that. Yep, I'm with you on that. And for
But you're
whatever
telling me
reason,
that
you keep
people
trying
are
to argue with me
But you're
about
telling
it.
me that people are forcing you to do something, and I want to know who these people
Not
are.
me, because I'm not a college swimmer. But they are forcing people.
But God, if Scott was a college swimmer, woo,
I'd go to that race.
I
I'd
don't
go to
know.
that
I don't know
race.
which team I'd swim on.
I'd go to that
I
race.
know what team you
Not a-
swim on.
the
not a
losing
good
team.
one.
I know what team you swim
The
on.
losing team.
Both.
But no,
Both teams.
But what I'm saying
He's
is,
the anchor.
yes, it doesn't affect me or Mikey or John or you because we don't care.
Yeah, we
But
don't give a shit.
It does affect people who do care that can't do a fucking thing about it because
I have
of
also
fucking
seen
society.
enough of our society that it self-corrects. The pendulum gets swung so far one way,
But
that
it
the
doesn't. It
society
doesn't
ends up
self-correct.
swinging the
You're
other
right,
way.
but it doesn't self-correct by sitting here and ignoring the fact that it
But
needs to swing
nobody's
back.
ignoring it.
You want
it's
to.
just
That's
the pendulum
literally what
just
you just
hasn't-
told us. Just don't care. Just ignore it. Just don't care.
I didn't say ignore it. It's just you don't need to give a shit because it's going to self-correct. You're so worried about 5% that the 95% will self-correct because 95% of people don't give a fuck.
I'll give you an example. What's the percentage of gays versus straight?
Don't know.
If you had to guess, what would you say?
I-
More than 5%, I'm
Sure.
sure. Let's call it. It's
say 30%.
let's call it.
Sure, I'll go with 30%.
That's a
pull
bit
a random
steep.
number.
I'm sure that's a bit
Sure,
steep, but I would say
30%.
okay. Let's say it's 30%, right? That means that there's 70% of us. I would have went more like 90,
So
10,
in
but yeah.
2013, the NHIS data collected says there's 96.6% of adults identified as straight.
Okay.
So
4%.
5%.
I was way
1.6%
off.
We'll round
identified
down
as
and
gay or
say
lesbian, 0.7%
5%.
identified as bisexual. The remaining 1.1% of adults identified as something else.
Is this what? The marriage argument? Is that where we're going?
Oh no, I'm there for marriage. I believe
Hey,
I'm on board
if you
with
hate
gay
somebody
marriage.
so much you want to get government involved,
Yeah,
fucking
no,
knock
I'm on
yourself
board with
out.
gay marriage, and we've talked about that. I'm on board with that because
Don't
of
give
the
a fuck.
deathbed thing. That's why I'm a proponent for that. Like,
Also, just I don't see
And
how
I
your
believe in-
marriage. I don't see how your marriage impacts mine.
yeah, and it doesn't. All right, no, this has nothing to do with marriage. All right, this has to do with what month are we in? It's Pride
June.
Month.
Sure.
It's Pride Month, right? For 5% of people, Yet it is thrown down the throats of the other 95%.
And
yes?
it is all profit driven.
Oh, 100%. And if you can't see that, kids, you're fucking up because that's exactly what it is. Like, I want to say, didn't you say on the show a couple weeks ago is check the fucking Middle East?
Yep.
Check the logos.
Go check your companies in any other country.
Yeah.
It's profit driven. But again,
It is, but
that
it's
is
still
not
jammed down your throat.
But that is not. But that has nothing to do with the government. That is private institutions.
that
So in 2013,
does it?
right? There was
Yeah.
less than.
Do you think the government came out and said,
No,
"You
I'm
know what we're
talking
going to do? We are going to mandate that
No,
private companies
I'm talking about-
change their logos to a rainbow status."
No, I'm talking about Pride Month.
It's still not a recognized holiday. It's not a federal holiday. It was just something that people declared.
If it's not a federal holiday, then why are gay pride flags flown over military installations,
Yep.
over government buildings?
Yep.
It's still not a federal holiday.
But if the government is backing it, then it's a bigger issue than the 5% that is being allowed.
Yeah.
Can we get something more accurate than 2013?
So I was just going to say,
decade-old information.
So 2013 was less than 2%.
Okay.
2021, February 2021 is 5.6%.
Okay, so still 5%. You know, well, we even call it 6.
But in
Shit.
8 years, it went from less than 2%, so almost 6%.
Now that could also just be because society's being a little bit more accepting.
Yeah, people are.
You know, people like 8 years ago, people were
Based
like,
on
yeah, I'm not
everything
telling
that we're
anybody.
talking about right now.
I've got
What do you mean?
a Gallup poll from 2021 that was 7.1%.
Yeah. See, so it
The-
just depends
the
on where you're
level-
pulling your numbers from.
That's true.
The level of
It's under 10. Can we agree on that?
publicity, the
Sure.
level of publicity.
I was with
that-
Scott and went with 30 because I think
About
that sub 10 is fucking way wrong. Just based on the number of people I know.
I'd say
That doesn't math out.
I'd go 90-10. I'd go 90-10.
There's 8 people in this room, and I'm pretty sure 3 of them smoke pole.
Well, I know for sure the Coastie and
The felon Coastie for sure has had balls on his chin. That's
Why do you think the senator's beard's gray?
Yeah.
It's been used.
dude, I just suck a dick with the best of them. You
Dude,
have
we
no
don't-
fucking idea.
we don't kink shame. We've made it very, very clear.
Yeah.
We don't kink shame here. Shit. Like, and again, like, and I said the same thing when Don't Ask, Don't Tell got repealed, and I was active duty when that happened. I was like, I don't give a fuck. Nobody cares. I don't care what hole you like. It's not my business. All right. Until you make it my business, and when you jam,
Not jelly.
not jelly, which we've actually myth bust. You can jelly it in.
Your thumb is a splint.
But when you jam it in my face and it affects my day to day, now it is my business.
You
know?
I,
That's all I'm saying.
The day
My
that you
mental
can't get
picture of
camo
that, I
cargo
think it's-
shorts, I'll believe you. But the lesbian community is going to make sure that you are always able to buy those.
My girls.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
my mental picture was more of they jellied it in your face.
just blah, 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 blah.
What is that? What is that?
Just like boot camp.
Why are the lights off?
Why are the lights on?
Yeah. Anyways,
I don't know, man.
the whole thing comes down to like maybe it's a bad example to use gay people because again, I don't have anything against the gay community. And honestly,
I don't have anything against the trans community.
I don't either. I don't have anything against it.
Here's what
I just think
actually-
it's weird that
here's
these
what I am
individuals
against.
aren't able to define a woman. I think that's what's weird.
I am actually against anybody that's not actually part of that lifestyle arguing for that lifestyle.
Oh, you mean like the allies?
That's the biggest thing that actually bugs me. I don't believe in that.
I don't either.
I don't believe it at all. Well, you don't
I
understand.
think
it.
you're pandering.
You don't fucking get it.
Yeah, I think you're just pandering.
You don't get it. You think it makes you socially acceptable,
Yeah.
but you're a fucking cuck.
And again, that's the woke culture.
So-
That's woke culture.
Okay,
And I have no respect for cucks either.
devil's advocate. Slavery would still be a thing if it wasn't for people that weren't slaves to fight for them.
I don't think
So-
anybody has been forced to actually get their shit cut off.
No, I'm not saying that, but it's the evolution of change is more people than just the people that want the change need to be
Yeah.
involved.
You're
Sure.
saying like
Here's the thing, though.
So
is
the
that-
abolition movement wouldn't happen without abolitionists.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Equality should be equality, but speciality is nowhere in anything I've ever learned.
And if that actually worked, we wouldn't have slavery anymore. But we do. like all over the globe. It's
Yeah,
not
slavery is definitely
it's
still
not
a global issue.
here
Yeah.
legally,
Right.
but now you see all these posters that's like in child trafficking, in sex trafficking, whatever. I hate to tell you this.
That's slavery.
That's specialized slavery,
You ever
but
been
it's
to-
still fucking
Go
slavery.
to the bathroom in an airport. And
Yeah.
it's like, are you
Yeah.
being held against your will? Call this
it's like-
number. Yeah.
It's specialized slavery, but it's still fucking slavery. So even that, and that's what we're pushing 140 years and still around.
Yeah,
Like
definitely still a thing.
it's not legal, but it
Yeah.
falls into like the drug war argument.
But Jazz, that's like you saying, but it's such a small amount of slaves.
It is an incredibly small amount
It's
of
an
slaves.
incredibly small amount of slaves.
It's such an incredibly small amount of slaves that it doesn't impact your day-to-day life.
Still doesn't mean that it's not the right thing to do to not like it.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why somebody's weirdness, why the fuck it has anything to
It's
do
got
with
nothing to
you.
do with them. It's got nothing to do with them being weird. Be weird all you want. Be weird all you want. Fucking identify however the fuck you want. I don't care.
The
all right?
difference is a slave is forced to do it.
What
This
blew my-
person is electing.
But what blew my
to be
mind,
weird.
what blows my mind about the whole "what is a woman" question is that they won't answer it.
So what is a woman?
To me,
Yeah.
well,
No, not to you. It's the definition. What is a woman?
I bet it's changed. I bet.
No.
Look
I'm-
up the definition, Justin. I bet it's changed.
Not just.
It's
I
the
want to know.
definition of a woman.
No,
is,
I don't want to know your definition. I want to know
No, no,
no,
Mikey's.
you're looking at.
Nope. We'll
you
get to
said you
that.
didn't want mine. You said you wanted
No,
the definition.
No. You said. Sure.
I asked
Then
my
I do want
definition
yours.
or
What's your
theirs?
definition of a woman?
My definition of a woman. So here's something. Contrary to this fucking guy to my left, I think women are the strongest of the sexes. I think women are the strongest.
That's your
beings.
opinion of women.
That's
I want
not
to know
the
your
definition.
definition
This
of a
is my
woman.
definition. It's coming into it. All right. So I believe that it is the people who give us life. All right, are women. All right. If you have a vagina and you are a female at sex and you are strong and confident and fucking,
You don't have
Those
to
are
be strong and
personality
confident.
traits.
No.
Yeah.
it's still part of
So
being a woman.
the actual like on paper
So
definition.
you're saying
is,
that a meek female is not a woman?
Sure, it is.
but
That's
you
not
You
what
just
said
said they have to be strong and confident, which
Yeah.
is the exact opposite of being meek.
I don't know if I've ever met a meek female.
Sure you have.
Yeah.
So an incredibly religious family that has a very quote unquote traditional setup.
Yeah.
Where the woman is there to
I believe that women is the classical sense of a woman. That would be my definition.
okay,
There's
what's
no
the
classical
classical sense of a
sense.
woman?
Female with female parts.
So
That's
the
it.
actual
That's
So,
definition.
so you're ending it there, just with
That's-
female parts.
Female parts makes you a
the
woman.
actual definition is an adult female human being. That is it.
yeah. Female parts. yeah.
I mean, because you said gives us life,
Yeah. I believe that they are
but there
life
are
builders.
infant women that are born with the inability to produce life.
Like-
No, because a woman is defined as an adult. So there's no
Okay,
infant
fair.
women.
Fair.
There's infant
So
females.
There's
my
children.
mother that had a full hysterectomy, that can after that could no longer produce children.
She's still female.
Is she no longer a woman?
She's still a woman. Yeah.
But part of your definition was could produce life.
No, that's part of that definition.
No,
Your
this one
first
just says
definition
female.
was
Is
could
she-
produce
is she
life.
your-
Oh
she
my
your mom?
goodness.
Is she your mom,
So, but
Jazz?
that's my.
Did you come out of her?
I
Then she
understand where you're
produced
going.
life.
That she could.
All right,
But
so-
my thing is that after the hysterectomy, is she no longer a woman?
No, absolutely. She's still a woman.
But that's my point: is trying to define something like that. There's so much fucking gray area.
But
It's
that's
not
why-
even
defining
possible.
that's
a
why the
woman,
definition
there
is-
isn't
it's-
gray area.
It's an
Yeah.
adult female.
An adult female human being.
Yeah.
It's very clear and cut and dry.
Yeah.
An adult, so they're old enough to reproduce.
Yeah.
A female in actual like genetics.
Yeah.
And a human being. Because, well, there's no women dogs.
Now look, I agree with you.
Them's are bitches.
I agree with you that I think gender is completely defined off chromosomal definition.
Yeah.
There's XX and there's XY.
Yeah.
That's fucking it.
There's some weird ones in there once in a while, but again,
Sure,
doesn't
but
count.
we're talking about baseline here,
Yeah.
not variance.
Yeah,
So everything has a delta, but
absolutely.
whatever. X, X, and Y. That's where I land. Now, you can piss standing up and you just really dig a sundress. Knock yourself out, bud. Don't
Fuck
give
it.
a fuck.
Yeah. Oh, don't care at all.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's the
I
best.
bet you got great legs, bro.
That's the best porn site ever. XXXNY.com.
You better snap that up right fucking now. That's not an actual
Fucking
thing.
serious. You just said that. I was like, holy shit.
Because XXNX is actually a site.
Yeah,
It's my
but-
preferred porn site.
great site.
xxxny.com.
It's a great site.
Yep. XXXY though would be that.
All right. Sign us off.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm
So
done.
what's a woman?
Anyways, don't trade for the fucking dudes in Russia. Like they're fucking.
Oh,
we got enough problems back home.
I don't know
We
how
don't
you
need to worry about these motherfuckers.
I don't know how
Beat me to it.
I don't know how you remember that.
Intimate luxury.
Yeah.
XXXY is apparently a lube site.
A testosterone shot booster for men.
There you go, Mikey.
Energy drinks.
I don't need all that. I'm good now. Fucking solid, homie.
XXXY, give us money.
Yeah, right? Fucking A.
No free plugs.
XXXY, I will flog your shit.
Flog or vlog?
Both.
Vlog while you flog?
I'll flog my vlog.
Well, then you just go become OnlyFans.
So, onlyfans.com/flog
Flog
Vlog while you vlog. Oh my
Flog vlog.
Dude.
Yes.
That could be a,
Yeah.
That's also how you catch charges. You can't just be walking around vlogging.
I could walk around my house.
Yeah.
I think I could build a circuit in there.
John, sign us off.
Scott's done.
I'm done.
Yeah, I'm finished too. Yeah. I'm tired of being told that I'm wrong for believing that I'm the same exact thing that I'm wrong for agreeing with everything you just said.
Mike,
You're goddamn right. Because if you're agreeing with
Sign
me,
us
there's
off.
something wrong with you.
Yeah.
Sign us off.
Smoke on.
Drink on.
God damn it. Freedom to fuck on. I don't care. No.